Hello and welcome to a morning in my life. Now I have to be 100% transparent here. This is not a typical, I shouldn't say this isn't a typical morning. I work Monday through Wednesday really, and then I work on Saturdays at a coffee shop. So my Thursdays are really my day off, and along with my Fridays. So randomly maybe I'll have some client calls, but usually I just kind of do what I want. So this is what a typical morning, Thursday morning, looks like for us. Oliver and I, obviously, like you would have saw, started, made some breakfast. I prepped some food for a friend who I'm bringing her a meal because she had surgery, and got in a good workout, ate breakfast first, of course. And now I'm just making my morning latte. Oliver's sitting right here watching me like he does really every morning that I'm with him. And we're gonna go ahead and go for a walk in town and then probably stop at grandma's, my grandma's, his great grandma's, just to hang out. We tend to do that on Thursdays. So I really just love showing you a morning in my life. Again, like I said, this isn't every morning. This is a very typical Thursday and Friday morning though. Either day, we really just kind of do what we want, don't we, bud? Yeah, he's sleepy. He's not very happy this morning, but that's okay. I'm gonna make my latte and then we're gonna go ahead and go for a walk. Hey. Hi, Luna. One of my favorite things to have in the morning, mid-morning with my latte, because I have worked out and will go for a walk yet, is my Tend postnatal bar. They also have prenatal bars that are so delicious, but it has everything that you need daily vitamin-wise in a postnatal multivitamin, but in a food form. And I'm so much more consistent with doing this and taking a postnatal because it is in a bar form. I thought it'd be kind of fun to share with you and kind of wrap up this video with sharing some of my morning non-negotiables. The first one is eating 30 grams of protein, around 20 to 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up. This is one I never break because it is so important for metabolism and also that cortisol release within your body. If you're starting your morning with coffee, which is something I probably used to do, or I would eat like a granola bar and then have some coffee, but really starting with a solid breakfast. I always think that breakfast should be almost the biggest meal of your day. Today mine was a little bit smaller just because I wasn't really that hungry. So it's kind of that mix of listening to my hunger and full signals, but also knowing that you've been fasting. At least I had been fasting for about 12 hours just because I try to finish eating my last meal of the day around 7 p.m. or at least 3 hours before bedtime, so I was due for some fuel. I also always prioritize water and minerals. The second piece of this is making my bed. That is a non-negotiable, making my bed. I also always like to get ready in the morning, even if I'm in athletic wear, after my workout, after I get in some movement, or before my walk. I just like to put something on my face to feel a little bit more put together. I also try to get my movement in the morning. There's that saying, like, eat the frog first, which is kind of gross to think about, but really, like, what that means is just tackling the hardest thing about your morning, the thing you want to do maybe the least, doing that right away in the morning. So for me, that is definitely lifting. I do love to move my body and I love to go for walks, but some mornings, honestly most mornings, it still is work for me to get out and actually do that. So making sure I get that done in the morning. If I don't do it in the morning, truthfully, it's not going to happen. So that's why it's so crucial that I make time for it. Like on my Mondays and Tuesdays when I have calls all morning, I'm truthfully not getting in probably any movement those days, and I will maybe walk in the evenings, but it's just hard right now with it getting dark so early. Movement is not a priority on those 2 days, so I really try to emphasize that on my Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and then on the weekend as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Of course, like, I'm feeding Oliver, so I try to also have a snack about mid-morning because I know I need more calories. So that's where like that Tend postnatal bar really comes in. My morning latte, I make that with whole raw milk and part coconut milk, so I'm getting good fats and protein. And I always do decaf. That is something that I actually switched postpartum probably 3 months postpartum, and I wish I would have started right away postpartum, is doing decaf coffee. I didn't think that caffeine had any effect on me until I actually removed it. And now if I have caffeine, I am so shaky and jittery, and my brain feels like it's running 1,000 miles per hour, and truthfully get very, very anxious. Like, I feel very overwhelmed with what I need to do that day. So decaf espresso is a huge piece of my morning routine as well. But I would say those are my foundational pieces. I drink water, eat protein within that 30 minutes of waking up, move my body in the morning. I do usually lift and I walk. Today we went for about 2.5, 3 miles, and make my bed, get ready for the day, have my coffee and a mid-morning snack. It's definitely what I do to take care of myself. Of course, I'm doing things for Oliver to take care of him as well. So like this morning, we just laid in bed for a while, and then I fed him, got him up, changed his diaper, all the things. But when it comes to taking care of myself, those are definitely my key pillars. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this morning in my life. I am so excited to just be sharing over here more on YouTube, and hope you choose to subscribe. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.